you expose too much or and indulge too much, then they might feel some type of way.
Well, we gonna feel some type of way anyway.
Yeah, males do feel some type of way.
Regardless.
Real strong.
We gonna feel some type of way anyway.
They do.
I mean, that's only gonna make it worse.
Yeah,
but if we happen to find out, I think marriage is a commitment that you make, and you are supposed to be 100% honest within that marriage. If you're going to go into marriage having secrets and not telling the truth about things, what's the point? Just stay dating. That's just my opinion.
But,
this is my opinion of marriage. This is not something that's written down in law. It's just my opinion. We going by my opinion. That's how I feel about it.
Right. I mean, I'm not... I can't. Some stuff you don't need to know.
Okay, well, cool. We're going to move on from that.
Right.
I don't think we're going to agree to disagree, because I feel like there should be nothing that I can't see or you can't see with me, or I can't say to you and you can't say to me, I can't talk to you about. Even if you say to me, we've been married for 10 years, and maybe when I was young you probably couldn't say this to me, but I feel like I want to date other people. But now you can say it to me, because I've learned that when a person gives you a signal, like my ex-wife said, we got married young, I feel like I missed out on a few things. And I said, well, what is it you missed out on? Let's see if we can find it out. And she was like, no, that's the problem. I didn't listen clearly. That was my first warning.
Your past is your past. Everyone has a past. Some wouldn't accept certain things from your past. So yeah. It said you can still be honest. So.
You can still be honest, right?
Yeah.
But I guess the problem is with me, I don't really have a past to hide or not talk to discuss to bring up. So, I mean, I was in college at 15, so I was married at 17. So there was no what they call stage.
Okay. So you went straight to
Right.
He had those college days. Or
right. I was already married at college.
Days or clubbing days. He bypassed all of that.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So you went straight to
I was in Southmore College when I got married. So at 17. So it was just one of those things.
So this goes into my next question. What relationship advice would you give your younger self?
Don't get married.
Don't get married.
Don't get married so young.
I would say that. I would say don't get married so young. Yeah.
Don't get married someone just because you having kids don't mean that you have to be married or with that person to take care of your children.
Right.
But that's what I would have said. Cause I probably should have lived a little bit more when I was younger. But hey, live and you learn. I probably would have been in Georgia. I probably would have been somewhere else though. I guess that's the difference. Sometimes you just meant to be somewhere in particular.
Yeah. Well, the relationship advice I would give my younger self is take time to work on you and to make sure that, you're strong enough to be in a committed relationship, because things that could affect you in the past can still affect you in the, in the present, in the future.
There you go.
Miss Communications Talk Radio.
Hey now.
Hello.
Hey, Lab 316.
Hey, Shan.
This is Shannon Jackney. I just had to check in on this call.
Hey, Shan. She has a show on Sundays. Hey, Shan, how you doing?
Everything okay? There's no feedback and all that?
Nah, you good.
Right, okay, good. I wanted to comment on the question that was asked. Do you tell a lot of your past from previous relationships or previous lifestyles or what have you? Sometimes when you do go over, telling too much, it can be used against you later on. And for an example, everybody knows strippers and this, or even women that, I'm going to say, hoes, selling pussy, prostitutes. Past, telling your dude, your present dude, that type of conversation, like you said, Lab, it's going to be up to him or her to decide if I'm going to deal with it, know. But I don't think holding nothing from your past should be done, because with me, I'm upfront. I just let you know this how it is, this where I was, this what it's in, and you're going to have to take it or leave it. Because, again, it can come back and hurt you. For an example, you y'all getting married and somebody in the wedding like, well, goddamn, I knew him from. He used to be a woman, you know, this and you,
Right.
and you don't know, you know, and you went mad, you know, but
Right.
if he just came to you and gave you, or she gave you that opportunity to deal or no deal, then that's when it becomes the problem.
Right.
So holding back sometimes can hurt you, but if you with somebody that's understanding, and if this is somebody that you plan to be with, they're going to have to accept that. The past is your life. Your past is your character. Your past is who you are now. Your past is this where I stand today because of my past. So if you don't like it, take it or leave it, you know, and let them leave it. Because I would want somebody to know me all the way, you know, instead of somebody walking up on us and saying, okay, she used to do this, she used to do that, and, you know, he used to do this and he used to do that. So it's okay to share, you know, because that kind of tells, you know, if somebody really wants you for you, if they're looking for you for your present, who you are, who they see, and they can't accept who you used to be, then we might don't need to be. And that's my opinion, like Laz said. Just my opinion, not nothing wrote down. But
Right.
it's just my opinion. That's how I feel on that right there.
I agree, Shan.
We agree 100%.
Well, thank you so much.
That's all it takes. And then these girls that's dating your friends that's coming up in your relationship, like Laz said, now, people's intentions do to be, let's just, you know, we are friends. This is my homegirl, I like her, she cool, da-da-da-da. But see, we be fucking as women sometimes, broadcasting our man, showing them every day. You know, I ain't got to post. You ain't got to post him. You ain't got to share. So you advertising your man too. You know, you might be happy all about what you got going on, but you put them wolves on y'all. You know, them wolves will start calling. Girl, I used to date him, or he. You shouldn't even want all that extra energy from others. And ain't nothing wrong with being happy with who you with. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's why you go to the malls or you go to the parks and y'all walk and hold hand in real life. Right. But we want to post and share and share it to 20,000 people because nothing but 100 seen them if y'all just stayed out in y'all little area, moved around in real life. But we got to share and want everybody to see. So you advertise. So, hey, your friend wouldn't even study him. But then she hear y'all problems. You just don't know how you turn other women on, even when you're talking about your problems in your relationship. That miserable love shit company, that little thing, that shit, people want to hear that, and they going to be like, oh, so she ain't really happy. Oh, he don't really like her. Oh, he looked good today. Oh, damn, he smelled good. All of a sudden, she's starting to like him. You know, because you complaining about him, and she like, shit, I suck dick then. You talking about you don't want to do it. Hell, I do it. You know what I'm saying? And that thing, you know, not intentionally and wasn't doing it, and then set out to hurt you, it ends up happening. Because I had a best friend to do that to me. She dated my boyfriend. Hell, them motherfuckers were together for a whole year before I found out. So,
wow.
Just saying. Wow.
They were together a whole year, and I ain't know nothing about it. But I was saying things, but I just never, you know, put it. You know, I'm thinking this my best friend, and I'm thinking this my boyfriend. But them folks was not studying my punk ass. Okay? Because she knew how we were getting into it all the time. She knew it wasn't happy. He probably talking to her. You know, she see all that. So you advertise your business too much. And you supposed to keep what's good to yourself.
That's right.
And not to everybody.
There you go.
You right.
All right. Well, thank you.
That's you get your night guy shit. Shut up. Because it ain't none out here. And all these girls want it.
Right.
It ain't that many.
Right.
It ain't that many. And if you feel like you got one and know some, hey, where you been? Oh, girl, baby, saying anything. But you ain't got to tell them you was out with your dude. You know, so they going to be trying to come around.
Right.
Oh, put where your boyfriend at? Tell him to come up. All that good stupid shit. And, you know, so you got to blame yourself sometimes. And not much is blaming yourself, but you just got to keep it to yourself. You know? So that's all I got to say. I really had to check in. So I'm like, Lord, let me help her. 'Cause I already know. So you good. You going to be good. And you don't fuck with them. Yeah, they a whole shit hole now. That right? Yeah. You know, so just know that. Don't be mad cause I'm mad. Cause you will. You know, and ain't nothing wrong with how you feel. So just feel how you feel. But she's old, and you just keep on moving and just do what you do. Do your thing. You got your podcast going, and you know, and make the best of it. You know, shit, turn up. Turn up and don't ever pay your business. This ain't even it. But I'm gonna let you have that. We'll definitely have a good time. This is Shannon Jackson Show checking in. I like it, miscommunication. So y'all be good, and I'm finna go.
All right, Shannon. Thank you.
All right.
Wow.
That's my unfiltered friend, Shannon.
But yeah, no, I don't have to deal with those situations anymore. Like, you know, far as the friend concerned, like I said, you know, right now I don't even keep friends in my relationship. Like, you know, no, you can't be around my man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I think as you get older, you might want one friend or two, but you start realizing that friend shit is alright, but it ain't everything. It's just, I mean, if you have friends like, you know, Slick has had friends for 20, 30 years, that's different. But if you move somewhere else and you try to make friends and you just like, you know, it's just not the same as when you grow up with them.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? When you make new friends and bring them into whatever you got going on, that's a little different than when you grow up with the friends. So, yeah, new friends ain't all that great. I'm sorry. Lack 02002H said protect yourself and invest in oneself.
Mm-hmm.
So
I agree.
yeah.
I definitely agree. And like she said, you can't you know, indulge too much information because they definitely eating that up. They eating that up. They seeing what y'all got going on social media and how you telling, you know, social media, oh, he did this for me or he splurged on me today, and they want that. They want that type of lifestyle, and you know they're gonna do everything they can to break you up and make you unhappy so they can slide on in. So yeah, I mean, like I said, it's not happening now, but it has happened.
It has happened, but we ain't gonna have it happen in the future.
So, yeah.
We're gonna make that not happen again.
Right.
So yeah, I get what you're saying.
So, what I really wanted to talk about today is double standards of parents.
Okay.
Yeah. So why is it okay for a parent to accept their daughters as being lesbians, but they can't accept their sons as being gay?
I think it's more of the fact that for men, accepting their son as gay is feels like it's like you didn't do your job. You didn't make them masculine enough. You know, masculinity in society is a big thing. And if you think about having a gay son, you feel like, dang, I failed them, because you may feel like that, but it's not necessarily true. You know, for men, I don't know how women feel about it. I'm just speaking from a male's point of view, that you feel like you may have let them down. You didn't teach them enough. You didn't guide them the right way, maybe. But as far as females being lesbians, I don't know why parents would accept that. I think both of them is a letdown to me. If you feel like you parenting right, you might feel like you let yourself down, but I think one is just easier to swallow than the other. Yeah.
Because
But society dictates that too.
Yeah.
You know, society dictates that because, you know, grown men will accept another woman being with another woman, think it's the best thing in the world, but they will not accept the same thing. So society, that stuff trickles down from higher up, from society. It trickles down. It's just one of them things that happen when you get it in your mind. It's like anything, you know, like them old home remedies. Your grandmama say, you know, your tooth hurt, gargle with some hot salt water. You know, stuff like that. It's one of them things that trickle down from the ages. It's just how it's always been, I guess you would say.
But I don't feel like, because I've heard a lot of males say, well, if my son become gay, I'm going to disown him. But if my daughter becomes a lesbian, I'm going to accept her with open arms. I'm not going to like it, but I'm going to have to deal with it.
I think, like I said, the male part is the hardest part.
Okay.
as you as a woman, would you accept your daughter I mean, you have to speak from the woman's point of view as to why.
So, in my opinion, I'm gonna accept either one of my kids because I feel like, depending on the stage they're in or the age they're in, they could be just going through a phase, and it could just play out. So I'm not gonna say, hey, I'm not gonna accept you, for liking girls or whatever. And I'm, as far as vice versa with my son, I'm not gonna disown my son or anything, because maybe he need a little guidance. Maybe he didn't watch something he wasn't supposed to watch and feel like it's okay and it's cool. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sit down and talk to him. Hey, where your mind at, first of all? Where you get this from, and who taught you this, and what's going on? What are you feeling? What are your thoughts? I want to know what's going on, because you just didn't wake up and say, hey, today I'm gonna be gay.
A lot of times it don't. I mean, yeah, I don't think it starts. I don't think they just wake up and say it's something that's been in their mind for a while.
Right.
It may something that may have happened early on, or it just may have been how they felt. I don't necessarily know. Me as a father of a gay son, I'm going to tell you, for a while there was a difficult thing, but I've never disowned him. Now the problem I have is that my spouse told him I disowned him, and since he's a mother's boy, he kind of goes that way. Yeah, he's a mama's boy, so he kind of goes that way, kind of believes everything she says. So that in itself is kind of a wedge between us. But I've never disowned him. I never stopped loving him in any type of way. But it's just, I guess he just feels like that's how it is. I mean, I can only tell him it's up for him to feel that, feel like it's true. I can only tell him I still love you, still my son, whatever. But it's up to him to take that and do with it what he will. So I don't know. I think that men when they have a gay son feel like they failed their son. That's what I'm gonna say. I don't know about the girl part. I haven't dealt with that part.
Okay.
But my daughter loved men.
Okay.
A lot of them.
Okay. It's just something that always, and then too, played in the back of my mind, like, why do men or majority of parents, male parents say, my daughter can be a lesbian, but my son can't be gay. If my son is gay, I'm going to disown him. I'm not going to have nothing to do with him. But then again, a lot of people have gay males in their family, and they can accept them with open arms, but they can't accept their son,
It's different. That gay male in my family is not my responsibility. But my gay son is my responsibility. That's the difference.
If Carlos was gay, what do you think I would have said?
I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't think you would have loved him any less.
Oh no, I already know that. But yeah, what do you think I would have said?
I don't know what you would have said. I really can't.
You can give your opinion by calling the number at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, call in. 678-740-9894.
Yep.
And give your opinion. But anyway, yeah, I just think that's not of my loins. So the gay person in the family is not my responsibility. It's not of my loins. It's not my child.
You know
Right.
what? To me, it's more so about how you do it. Like, you can be gay, and I don't care, but you don't have to be gay.
Flamboyant gay,
like all that with it. Just be gay.
Okay.
And I'm okay with that. Don't turn to no girl. Don't start with all the, stuff.
But what if they said, hey, mom, hey, dad, I think I want to be a full-blown girl. I think I want the sex change. I think I want to be, I want to dress like a woman. I want to do this. I want to do that. Would you?
Be a problem, because I would probably feel like I'm losing a child.
That's a hard conversation, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Miscommunication Talk Radio.
Yeah, I was calling to tune in as young auntie.
Hey.
Hey. What's going on?
Hello?
Hello?
You can go ahead and
Yeah.
share your thoughts.
Go ahead.
It ain't really no wrong or right answer to this, you know what I'm saying? Because you know, I got kids too, you know, and we all think about this topic, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, and at some point, you're going to have to deal with it, you know what I'm saying, regardless of, you know, what it is or what it ain't. But at the end of the day, I would just say, you know, we all, it ain't no love lost, you know what I'm saying, there's nothing. And I just, over the years, I just, you know, gained a much more respect, you know, just, you know, I'm an artist and, you know, I'm in the entertainment business, and, you know, there's gay people out there all over, you know what I'm saying, I have no disrespect, you know what I'm saying, or nothing, you know what I'm saying, against what they do or how they do it or whatever. But if it was one of my children, you know what I'm saying, I think the best thing that I can do is just be supportive. You know what I'm saying, 100% supportive of them and the choices that they make, male or female. You know what I'm saying? I have 4 boys and a daughter, you know, so if my daughter wanted, you know, to be a lesbian, you know, I would have to accept that, you know, because it's a daddy girl. But, you know, my son, you know, yeah, we want him to be masculine, we want him to be this or whatever. And I just learned to say, you know, everybody has their choices and their opinion and what they want in their life. And as parents, as a parent, you know, I just want to be there for my kids no matter what. God said, don't judge, you know. I can't really comment, you know what I'm saying, on, like, you know, different blogs with the Dwayne Wade and things like that, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, no disrespect to their family or whatever, or their decisions, but I just think, you know, the best thing is just to be supportive and just pray about it.
Do you think that would be a hard conversation for you though, for your sons, if any one of your sons said it?
Hell yeah, as a father.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
That would definitely be a very
like
hard...
you ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? Everything that you was saying, you know, I agree with too. You know what I'm saying? As a man, you know, but you know, I just be thinking about all these TV shows or whatever, and you know what they program and try to program, you know, our kids to see and stuff like that. You know, even with you know, like one of my favorite shows is The Ghost, Power.
Right,
you know,
right.
There's a lot of gay activities in that.
Yeah.
You know, and I understand it, you know, because you can't be biased. Sex sells. You know what I'm saying? No matter what it is. But just the way, just watching the show, you know what I'm saying? Just how Mary J. Blige, you know, embraces, you know, him, the family embracing him no matter what, you family.
Right,
but
right.
This is a TV show, you know what I'm saying? This is not they real kids, you know what I'm saying? So it's like everybody have different opinions about it, and I just, it's a topic that, you know, people can agree and disagree on, and, you know what I'm saying, just move forward, because it's a hard topic. You know, my son came to me and said, you know, that's what he wants, you know, then you gotta take a deep breath now, you know what I'm saying? You know,
Right.
you gotta take a deep breath for that, you know, but, you know, I got strong boys and they like women, you know what I'm saying? They love women. I'm happy for that, you know what I'm saying? You know, it could be another way, but just to chime in, I just want to chime in just because, you know, that y'all my family and I get the live notifications all the time. A lot of times I be busy, you know what I'm saying, with my children. But some told me to chime in, you know, today, and just to hear that topic, because these are topics that need to be talked about, and people are scared to talk about it.
Right.
And the kids are at school, and school shootings and all type of stuff. There's so much going on with our kids that we don't even know about. You know, they just on tablets and computers or whatever, and they don't want to sit at the dinner table and eat as a family, you know what I'm saying? It's not like what it used to be 10 years ago. But I think, you know, with a line of communication, I think everything can be all right.
All right. Well,
All right,
thank you
thank
so
you.
much.
No problem.
You know what I'm gonna say? What he said, how we talk about TV.
Uh-huh.
The cartoons
Oh
But
yeah.
I got a granddaughter, and
Yeah.
she is 8, and they have gay people
On a cartoon. Yeah.
on the cartoons and trans. I-
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he is right about the TV programs. I mean, we said that before that, you know, a lot of the programs just always
All of 'em.
like it used to say it's got to have one black person. Now it's got to have one gay
They
person.
got to
in there.
have
Somebody's
one
got to be gay.
person. Somebody got to be biracial.
Mm-hmm.
Or have some kind of biracial relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not. It's like in every show. Like, and sometimes I think they putting it out there too quick. I would prefer it not be in my grandchild cartoons
Mhm.
Yeah,
because that's hard. And then she be like, "Nana, what?" And you be like,
yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's everywhere. And it's definitely everywhere because it's a gay middle school here in Atlanta.
"What?
So yeah, it's everywhere.
Wait.
Yeah, I don't know the.
Just for gay people?
Just for gay children, just for children who, yeah, it's a gay middle
I
school.
have never heard
Yeah.
about that.
Hmm
Hmm.
It's a gay middle school here in Atlanta. So, and you
And
know,
I'm finally learning that I never heard about that.
someone
But you
said,
ain't got nobody really in school you got to attend to.
Oh, Leah?
Yeah.
how do you handle a situation if your child is born with the same sex, with both male and female parts?
Ooh,
Oh, ooh.
that's hard right there. I
'Cause
can't
you
answer
know,
that question.
Yeah, for me, I would probably watch the child and see which way the child seems like they gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Just, it's very rare you see a hermaphrodite.
Right.
Yeah.
You have to get that's a counseling for the parents and the child.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be a difficult conversation because as a parent you're probably going to see the child one way and the child might feel another way.
Right,
That's what I'm saying.
exactly.
And what if you choose the wrong way?
Right. So
Right.
then you be
Right.
battling your child and they say, "No, I'm this. I got this, so I'm this." And you like, "No, you that." You know,
Right.
you him and he's like, "No, I'm her."
Right.
So those are things that need to be worked out. I mean, really hard in counseling because that's a whole different subject.
Yeah.
That's not someone just.
Choosing.
Well, I don't know if they would choose. A lot of people say they born gay, but it's not someone that you feel like is choosing.
Hmm
That person feel like they were born that way, like because they have both parts. So it's kind of that's difficult. That's difficult.
Yeah.
I finna say, look, your EMT said, you know what? I can't answer that one either.
Yeah.
That's
She
just
said you
hard.
only have
Yeah.
a limited time to correct it.
Well,
What if the
I mean,
child
but we'll-
doesn't? I mean, what if they're at an age where they can make their own decisions and they don't want to correct it? Like they want
But let me ask a question
Oh,
though
wow.
to that person: is it really correcting it? Because if they were born with both parts, is it really correcting it? Because if they choose the one side and you're choosing the other side, who's to say which side is correct?
to. Right.
So you get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that's one of those deals where if the child chooses, I'm gonna be a male, and you like, no, you're gonna be a girl. Whose side is correct? Because technically they're both.
Right.
And if they got
Right.
ovaries
You get what
and
I'm
all
saying?
that
So
stuff,
how do you battle against correcting something that's really uncorrectable when both sides can be right?
Yeah. That's tough right there. Because I mean, if my son or daughter came out with both, I mean, I don't know.
Would you? I mean, how would you choose as a parent? Would you choose if they look more like a girl? Would you say you're a girl, but then as they get older, they're feeling more like a boy? I mean, that right there is not.
That's really tough because, like you said, you don't want to make the wrong decision and you
Right.
can cut something off that wasn't supposed to be cut off.
I don't know if you cut it off.
Miscommunication Talk Radio.
Yeah, this young ENT, and I know I said I couldn't answer the question, but that's a hard one, you know what I'm saying, as far as, you know, them dealing with both sets. But, I mean, I think as a society, we got to take an accountability that it's not like it was 20 years ago when, you know, grandma, you know what I'm saying, and grandma heavily in the family, you know, giving guidance. I think it's all about, how you was brought up as a child. I think that, in a sense, if it was me, I'm like my mama. She probably gets the blessed oil out and put the cross over my head, and pray about it. But
Right.
I don't really know how to answer that one. But what I will say is, things are changing through social media, through what you think you gotta be or be like, and I heard the lady say about the cartoons. Yeah, we gotta watch what our kids watch on cartoons too. You know what I'm saying? Because they putting it in the cartoons as well.
Right.
So I think, as a whole, I think if I was to try to answer that question, I think it's a part of the uptraining. You know what I'm saying? I mean, think about it. The mama, she 24, grandma 34,
Right.
great grandma 44, all them bitches in the club. You know what I'm saying? Looking for a man.
Right.
And the kids are at home being babysitted by the wrong person. The father ain't in the home. You know what I'm saying? And and the way I can chime in on it because and I don't know if y'all ever discussed this or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But if y'all haven't, you know what I'm saying, this is just like a alley-oop or whatever. I have a child. You know what I'm saying? One of my youngest boys. He has autism and ADHD. How does a parent deal with that? With teachers telling you that your child is different, but your child is smart. It takes them a little bit longer to warm up to you. You know what I'm saying? If they can work a tablet or a computer or, and get the things that they want, you can't tell me that, they having trouble in school because they know it's just, you got to take the necessary steps and precautions or whatever because we're dealing with a kid with special needs. So would I disown my child because he has special needs? Hell no. Well, I just disown my child because he or she may be gay? Hell no. All I'm going to tell them is, hey, man, do you. Leave me up out of it. Do you. I'm going to support you regardless. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, this is your life. Mm-hmm. So if you asking me what I do, I would say do what you feel that's in your heart. And some kids are just confused because half these girls is, in between 20 and 30, they got stripper poles in their apartment building. Okay? So they stripping, they teaching our kids, you know what I'm saying? And there's no fathers in the home. These men are making babies and not taking care of them. And it takes a two-parent household, you know what I'm saying, to, I think, not really have to come to these conclusions, if that makes any sense, because you could be looking for love in all the wrong places, but you don't have nobody to tell you, hey, man, stop looking for love. Love's going to find you,
Right.
That's right.
So yeah, I ain't gonna hold y'all up. I just wanted to chime in on that. I appreciate y'all and y'all. It's like first 48 for me. Yeah,
Appreciate
you know what I'm saying? Because it's like these are topics like you go to the podcast and they talking about everything, but what's not important.
Right.
That's right.
And what people are afraid to talk about.
Right.
You guys are doing an excellent job, a wonderful job, or just keeping the boundaries and just talking about it without hurting nobody's feelings.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I respect about it because it's a lot, especially, you know what I'm saying, for me, just to have, but when I heard my son had ADHD and, autism, I don't believe none of what teachers say, because they underpaid and all that. They ain't really it's not like it was in the old days. So, yeah, underpaid. They try to tell you from observation from a certain amount of time that they're with your child,
Right.
how your child is, and it's like, nah, if you ain't got him 24/7, he or she, you don't really know how they is. You just there to, you know what I'm saying, to get paid to do a job, but at the end of the day, who wants to hear that your child is different? And I think that's the kind of the same thing as what we're talking about, you know what I'm saying? Being different, but being accepted, because I wouldn't want my child to be bullied because of his, you know what I'm saying, abilities
Right.
and what he got going on. I wouldn't want my child to be bullied if he or she was gay.
Right.
Right.
But it's 2023. It ain't 1993. You know, so it's like you gotta roll with the punches and just stay prayed up and manifest it in God. You know, and he will come through, and no weapon formed against us shall prosper.
All right.
God bless.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Bye bye.
Yeah.
And that lady you heard, young ENT, that's Slick. Slick is in the building talking to y'all. She be waving at y'all on Instagram on all these shows, but she's actually present. LAC 02H, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. Forgive me. Says, wait a minute. Don't be lead a fitness pole out of it, because she has one in her apartment. In her house, in her house. There's a difference.
But yeah, I mean, like some points were made as far as the situation with the child being gay and stuff like that. You know, I say communication will have to be the key. You just have to sit down and talk to your kid. But, you know, I wouldn't make them feel like they're not accepted, because a lot of kids already feel like they're not accepted in the world. So to come home and feel like you're not accepted by your parents, you know.
What do you think the reaction can make them feel like they're not accepted?
Yeah.
I mean, because
I think if your child comes to you and you just spaz out the first time they tell you, they gonna be like, well, wait a minute, I should have kept it to myself.
Right,
like, you know, and that's why a lot of kids do hold in secrets. A lot of kids are afraid to talk to their parents because of our reactions.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like once your child comes to you and feel like, hey, I need to talk to you about something serious, you know, be mindful, have an open mind and say, okay, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
When they tell you, don't spaz out, just be like, give me a moment.
Mm-hmm.
I need a few drinks or a blunt or something. Let me
right.
let me calm my mind down, calm my nerves down before I can give you my answer. But yeah, and I definitely too will touch on the ADHD situation with the child, because I too have a son that has ADHD, so that could be a topic.
I have ADHD. I mean,
do you think that giving your child all the many drugs they try to give?
Well, with my son, his attention span is very, very short. And, like, he doesn't want to focus at all. Now, he'll focus at home on them video games and other stuff, but when it comes time to that schoolwork and that, you know, just being at school, paying attention,
it's boring to him.
Yeah, it's not catching his attention. So the medication he's on helps him calm down and at least focus, but it doesn't help him to the point where he still struggles a lot. So I don't really think there's a medication out there for children with ADHD. I just think what they really need is somebody actually to take time with them and to help them and to lead them and be like, hey, we gonna do this, but I need you to not get frustrated, because that's what happens. He gets frustrated and be like, I just can't do it. I'm not gonna do it.
You know how I got through high school so quickly? And I had ADHD when I was younger. I was a terror. But I got through high school quickly because I went to summer school. And, you know, in summer school, Chicago summer school was free. But I went through summer school, and because it was only 2 or 3 people in that class, that teacher could spend more time with me.
Right.
And well, once I figured out that I can get credits for the classes too, I was like, oh crap.
Right.
But I started going to summer school early in elementary school. We didn't have middle school in Chicago. Went through elementary school like my 6th and 7th grade. I started going through summer school because it was free. So once I started learning I can get credits and get credits for the classes, I started paying more attention and started getting more help. So when classes started, I was already past that because we learned that in summer school, so I didn't really need to pay that much attention to it, but I was still trying to pay attention to it. So it was just one of those things. I think a lot of people don't realize that when kids have ADHD, school is boring. School was very boring to me. Like, if I hadn't went to summer school, I probably wouldn't have got out of high school. But school was very boring to me. It was like, oh my God, I got to sit here for how long?
Right.
Right. High school was better because we got to switch class, which changed the atmosphere and the the scenery. But just being in one class all day.
And see, with my son, what I do for him, because I know school is boring to him. So what we do is we try to like reward him. We be like, if you have a good day in school, we'll let you spend an extra hour outside, or or we'll take you, where you want to go or something like that. But his attention span is very, very short, and like he'll tell you, I don't like school. It's just the teachers yell at me and I can't get it. So
my attention's so bad, I could be sitting here on the couch doing some work, say I need to go upstairs and get something. By the time I get on the stairs, forget what it was I was getting and concentrate on something totally different.
He's the type of person that he got to read 3 or 4 books
at a time.
Or
like I read 2.
He'll get bored.
Yeah. That's why,
I don't think that's ADHD. I think that's just come with age, because
I've been doing that forever.
I get bored real quick with
a
lot of stuff. Age. So, and it just started happening when I got older. Like, really? I can get really, really bored with something really fast. So, I don't think that's ADHD. I think that just come with age. Like, because, yeah. And then, since I've been older, my procrastination level is, oh my God, out this world. Like,
that procrastination, that's just lazy.
No, it's procrastination for real. Cause like, I'm always on the go and I like to keep going and stuff like that. But when I could be like, okay, I'm gonna start me a business. I could do the research, but then tomorrow I could be like, I don't even want to do that no more.
Okay.
I'm gonna just wait till next year.
Right.
Next year come, and I started the research again. Oh well, I'm gonna wait till next year again.
That's your New Year's resolution.
Yeah, it'd be my New Year's resolution every year. Like I'm gonna do it next year. Next year, I supposed to have 5 businesses by now. Ask me how many I got. Not none.
But you started this, so this is in the right direction,
yeah,
right?
I did.
Right.
I did.
You changed the name.
Huh?
Why did you change the name?
I changed the name because DJ Lab actually put me on that there were multiple of No Filter podcasts.
Because I told you Slick told us.
Yeah. And when I started doing research, I was like, dang. And then there's one here in Atlanta, and I'm like, dang, I don't want to be associated with them. Like, Yeah, so I was like, okay, let's think of a name and let's change it.
I like the name.
So, yeah.
Did a good job on the name. Yeah. Okay. What else we got?
Well, it is our time.
Okay. What else you got?
I got a whole book of stuff.
Oh.
I was going to ask you about when were you doing comedy?
Yeah.
I was doing comedy. I started comedy in Milwaukee. I don't remember when. It's been a while. It's been a good minute. I started comedy in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I didn't take it serious because, again, that was part of my procrastination. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to do comedy. But then, too, I let procrastination and I let fear get in the way because I always felt like somebody was better than me. So I competed. This story has never been told. So you heard it first on Miscommunication Talk Radio. I competed with comedian Kelly Kells. We were all in a competition together, and she won. She won, and when she won, I said, I'm not ever doing comedy again. So I stopped.
And that was it?
I stopped, and when I came to Georgia, I dibbled and dabbled in a few shows here, but then, like I said, I didn't take it serious, so I stopped doing comedy.
So it's not like that's my passion. I really
No, comedy is definitely not my passion.
Okay.
But I don't feel like I'm stage present funny. I feel like I'm naturally funny.
It's a difference.
Yeah. So, I mean, and I didn't want to really get on stage and just to be embarrassing myself, because I'm not going to say I had stage fright. It's just thinking of stuff to talk about and actually being funny. So, yeah, so I just,
Content is not easy.
yeah, so I stopped doing comedy. And so, yeah. Yep. Well, thank you all for tuning in tonight. I do appreciate it. And we will see you all next Monday. Bye.
I'm that bitch. Been that bitch, still that bitch. Will forever be that bitch. Forever be that bitch. Yeah, I'm the hood Mona Lisa. Break a nigga into pieces. Had to X some cheesy niggas out my circle like a pizza. I'm way too exclusive. I don't shop on Insta boutiques. All them little ass clothes only fit fake booties. Bad bitch, still talking cash shit. Pussy like water, I'm a mother and relaxing. I would never trip on a nigga if I had him. Bitch, that's my trash, you the maid, so you bagged him. I'm a savage, yeah. Classy, bougie, ratchet, yeah. Sassy, moody, nasty, yeah. Acting stupid, what's happening? Bitch, what's happening? Bitch, I'm a savage, yeah. Classy, bougie, ratchet, yeah.